Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be the new beginning here for you. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So the new beginning here for you, I feel for this group, you're at the end of a cycle or you've closed out a karmic cycle. And I'm hearing as well, it's the end of winter. So it feels to me like if for some of you, you felt like there was a lack of love or support, community, there's something here about your life thawing or you feeling like your emotions are flowing more freely again. You could have been in a cycle or phase as well where you were shedding old skin, you were letting go, you were cleansing, and now it's like your life is being rebuilt, or there's changes here in terms of your life experience and expression, and you're seeing what's available for you now. There's a sense as well like the storm is passing, or there's this clearing and cleansing, which then creates room for a new beginning and a new start. With the King of Swords to the King of Cups as well, I feel like for some of you, you're coming out of the mind, or you're coming out of a reliance or over-reliance on mental energy, or navigating, your life, your experience through logic. Right, there's something here around, I keep hearing the heart is thawing. So for some of you, it's not necessarily navigating through logic, but you may have had to be in a more protective energy is what I want to say. Something where it's like, do you know when we're trying to survive or get by? It's like the end of living in survival mode, the end of struggling as well. And for some of you, I feel like there's incoming financial stability in this new cycle that's also making you feel more grounded and more open, and like you can trust life as well. Like if things have been really difficult, I feel like you're coming to a place where you feel like, there's new horizons for you, there's a new beginning. I'm also hearing trust in the unknown. But with spiritual decree, I feel for a lot of you, and there could have been some overthinking with this King of Swords. It may not be necessarily navigating through logic, but it's like being trapped in your mind, e.g. worry, is what I'm saying, like the end of overthinking, right? Coming out of mental energy and dropping back into the heart or the experience of life itself. There's a really strong energy here as well of like new opportunities, new beginnings, because we have King of Coins, especially in your financial sector. So financial sector, career sector. I also feel like how you feel about yourself is glowing up. Right, with that Empress energy, like I'm getting this really strong energy of self-love, self-care. People may feel like you're glowing more or you look a lot healthier, but I do think some of that is because of your own routine or how you're able to kind of interact and treat yourself. Some of you as well could be really engaging in certain practices that leave you feeling better. You may also have greater income that's enabling you to pamper yourself and pour back into yourself. I also feel like your confidence is going to be restored. But again, I'm getting confidence around financial stability for some of you with the Five of Pentacles here. And then you go to the King of Pentacles and Empress. So yeah, a huge increase in financial flow, abundance. With King of Swords and the Three of Wands, I also feel like there may be a return here to hope. If you were feeling a little uncertain or you were in a predicament or situation where you weren't really sure how you were going to resolve it or how you could come out the other side, I feel like now you're seeing, a return of hope or the different ways that life is working for you and with you. Yeah, with Seven of Swords and Five of Pentacles, I also feel like you've passed certain spiritual, I know it says decree, but I'm getting spiritual initiations and karmic lessons. It's like you've gained the wisdom from certain experiences, you've integrated it, and now you're ready for something new. You're ready to experience life on different terms. Okay, you have nurture. Self-healing ruby ray, birthing the new earth. Yeah, so again, and with Seven of Swords, part of this shift away from like mental energy or the mind could be as well like being less critical of yourself or not overthinking, your path, your actions, your decisions, feeling more grounded in the choices you make, feeling at peace with who you are. There's a really strong energy again of stability, comfort, being taken care of. And again, some of it is you obviously taking great care of yourself, but I feel like you're going to be held, you're going to feel as though you're held by life, supported by life, or there's more energy flowing in from the divine that is helping you with this path. Yeah, you have resolution. So you have 1111 with this deck. We have old timelines collapsing, insights, higher self-embodiment, expression. Yeah, and even with this card or these cards, it's like you're closing out a cycle. And I'm getting as well like it was a cycle of poverty, or it was a cycle of, when I say poverty, I'm getting like the mindset, right? Like lack, where things may have felt. And again, it doesn't even have to, when I say lack or restriction, it's not as necessarily linked only to money. For some of you, I feel like it could be financial flow because I see an increase here, but I'm getting, it's like, I keep getting the dead of winter, or it's feeling like that cold of winter where our life is feeling a little bit frozen, or we're going through a cycle of shedding, clearing to make way for the spring, for the summer. There's something within your soul's timeline where things are flourishing, like you're coming out. And with that Five of Pentacles, it can even be coming out of a period of solitude, of, being in hermit mode. You also have the diamond ray, diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. Yeah, I'm also getting the sun is shining on you and your life, or you're going to be feeling as though life is really blessing you. I'm getting also the flow of life. It's going to feel as though like people's circumstances, finances are there supporting you, are carrying you more fully. But I feel like you're going to be shining and glowing as well because of the work. Because I'm hearing also regeneration, like where there's almost an energy of you or your life, temporarily maybe being inactive or going through a period of rebirth where things look like, again in winter, like things can't grow, right? And this could even be relating with Five of Pentacles to something that you weren't able to, get blooming or to initiate, and now it's starting to work in your favor. I also think from what you've shed and what you've let go of, your frequency has risen, and that's creating a ripple effect in your life. We have selenite and willow tree, goddess spiral, rites of passage, dreams, support with the Three of Wands. And that's what I'm getting. It's like you're going to feel as though you're more supported. It's funny, you're showing up with this nurture, self-healing energy. We have goddess and we have the empress. So there's a huge glow up or new beginning here in terms of your relationship with yourself, how you see yourself, how you treat yourself. But with rites of passage and dreams as well, I feel like you're going to feel or have the experience that life is supporting you in your dreams, or you're being supported in terms of, what's next for you. And with Goddess Spiral, some of you as well could have been caught in a karmic cycle that it was challenging to break out of. And now I feel like that timeline has closed out. You have Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. So I feel with this as well, again, with that Akashic Records, I am getting like karmic energy, clearing old energy and patterns. And it's like now you're free to write a new story. But with clearing old stories, I also feel like you're clearing the story you had about yourself. Because I was getting with this King of Wands, there's an increase in your confidence and an increase in terms of how you navigate life. And I feel like that's blessing you as well. We have Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Okay, so with this card as well, I feel like, again, you're closing out a karmic cycle, or there's something that you have successfully grown from, learned, and released, and now it's like changing your life circumstances, and I feel like you're ready for the new. With new information, I'm also getting like Because I keep hearing, the song, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There's something that may have been clouding your vision or mind. And it's like you may have been trapped in a pattern or cycle. And again, it does feel like it's a restriction, or it could have been something that felt like lack. For some of you as well, you're clearing any financial blocks that you've had or carried from past lives as well. There's something here around changing the narrative. Well, I feel like first you change the narrative around how you feel about yourself, and I feel like that has a ripple effect in terms of the degree of abundance you can attract. And again, it doesn't mean you weren't, you didn't have a level of abundance before, but you've definitely broken through a glass ceiling where you're able to receive far more than you have previously. And this is not, again, to me, abundance isn't just money, right? Like poverty or lack can also be restriction of energy, where the energy flow is not restored in your life. There's something here where I feel like there's a flow of love, hope, support. It could even be like in terms of community, right? With that Five of Pentacles, that you have more people coming in to support you on this path. But just in general, I feel like there's a lot more coming into your life. But there is a golden energy here as well, which does represent greater finance. You have truth with King of Pentacles. I feel for this group, you haven't shied away from confronting certain truths within yourself. Shadowy energies, beliefs that you had that were outdated. It's like you've done a lot of clearing work, and you may have had to go into hermit mode for a period of time to be able to heal. Yeah, you have embracing with the Empress. I'm getting this such a strong energy of self-love and self-acceptance, that you've embraced all aspects of yourself, including the shadow, including the darker aspects or the aspects that made you uncomfortable, that you didn't like. It's like you found or you've created space for all of it. And now I feel like the sense of being whole within. You have Hanuman, devoted warrior. Let God's love hold you in strength. Again, I'm getting that energy. There's a lot more love here for you. And it's coming though, or it's been initiated by the change in terms of your own healing. You also had Jesus, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. Again, with spiritual decree, I feel like you're also being blessed by your commitment to the divine. In terms of your spiritual practice, the decisions you've made, I feel like a lot of it, it's like now you're reaping what you've sown internally, and it's spilling over into the physical. Okay, sacral portal, creativity, intimacy, inhibition. So I feel as well, you're going to be feeling more creatively inspired, or remember I said about the King of Swords, it's like you're coming out of that mental energy. And it's funny because I was getting that King of Cups, like more emotional flow, or your heart is thawing, your emotions are thawing and flowing more freely. And with that sacral chakra, some of you may have been dealing with a sacral chakra block, or there was energies that were not flowing emotionally. And it's like now, things are moving, you're feeling more at peace within yourself. There's a sense of harmony here. I also feel, again, you're able to create in your life. You're coming into spring and summer at a soul level. You have destiny, divine purpose, passion, service. And you have acts of service here as well. So for some of you, you may reap a lot of abundance or greater abundance because you're following your life's purpose. And things are really moving ahead with that. You have letting go. Today, remembering that God is within and around me, I release myself to God's hands and regain my inner peace. I know God is providing me that which is most beneficial for my soul. I know that God is sending angels to help me face any difficulties that arise. I let go into God's will, knowing the best is yet to come. I feel like you've already surrendered or accepted your path and, the blessings from God, source, the divine, and that's helping you as well. We have self-love. Today, I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly as I am. I'm able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nourish myself. I'm kind to myself. I'm grateful for who I am. Yeah, the work you've done when it comes to self-love, self-healing, self-respect, and the narratives you tell yourself about who you are, what you're worthy of, what you can create, I feel like is creating these blessings in your life because you've done so much inner work when it comes to healing. And I feel like God and Source, the Divine, is really supporting you through that process. And it's like you're going to kind of reap your harvest now, or see the external manifestation of that inner sense of completion. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 2. So the new beginning here for you, I feel for some of you, if you have attempted to fulfill a dream in the past or create, I feel like this could be like a stream of income, a business, or something linked to your gifts, and it wasn't successful, I feel like you're getting a second or another go around. Because with Star Child, I'm getting for some of you, you're really gifted when it comes to either some sort of spiritual gift, creative gift. I feel like you're here to do something, I want to say out of the box, right? Something unique, or you're here to make an impact and kind of forge your own path, take the road less traveled. And I feel for some of you with Two of Pentacles and Five of Swords, there could have been a path or an opportunity or something you were trying to create and develop previously, and maybe it didn't bear fruit, or maybe it didn't have, you know, the results or the effect you thought it would. And it's like now you're seeing, or now you will be seeing, you know, something come to life, or something be really, you know, effective, powerful, abundant for you. Because with Seven of Cups and Nine of Pentacles, I am getting this is like having multiple streams of income, but they're streams that you have started and initiated. And with Ace of Swords, there was some sort of breakthrough you had to go through. But again, I'm feeling for some of you, you may have attempted this before or moved in this direction previously, and it either didn't work or didn't bear fruit, and it could have created a level of discouragement when it comes to persevering and trying again. Because I feel for some of you, you may have either let go of it or, you know, taken a step back and kind of gone into introspection or had some time to reflect, and then it's like you're trying again, or Spirit is asking you to really go for it now. But I feel like as well with Star Child, you may have at times really struggled with your individuality, because I'm getting someone that perhaps doesn't really fit in with social norms, maybe like the values you have, the things you want for yourself, what you're passionate about, maybe kind of unique or out of the box, right? Or I just heard the word unorthodox, unusual. And with Star Child, I am getting that energy of being unusual in the sense potentially of being like very spiritual, or coming from a higher, I want to say a higher realm, a higher perspective, and maybe not everyone can perceive or understand, you know, what you're about, right? Or you may have been faced with judgment or people that didn't understand your vision. But I'm hearing as well, they weren't meant to. And I also feel like, again, for this group, you're either really spiritual or gifted in the healing arts, creatively gifted. There's something about you that you're here to utilize your gifts and turn it into streams of income, especially that Queen of Cups. Some of you as well could be very psychic, and you may have at times either doubted these abilities or doubted the ability to turn these gifts into solid streams of income, turn it into financial abundance. And there's something here where it's like you're ready. And even with Star Child, it's like star of the show, right? Like you're here to be seen. You're not here to kind of play small, or you're not here to, you know, live the norm, the cookie cutter life. But again, it can be difficult as well, because you can be met with, you know, judgment, restriction, a lack of understanding and support from others, because it is unusual. There's something here around trusting yourself over the opinions of others. With Knight of Pentacles here as well, I'm hearing slow and steady wins the race. So it's taking your time as it pertains to building something. And it could be as well that Spirit is saying this dream, or what's going to be coming to fruition, was a long time coming. Perhaps you had this vision or dream for, you know, quite a lengthy period of time, and now it's like finally bearing fruit, or now you're feeling that confidence or inspiration that you can bring it to life. Yeah, I'm hearing there's something that's, and for some of you, you may have a lot of hidden talents or a hidden gift that others aren't even privy to. And it's like there's some sort of fear or hesitation around sharing that gift, or sharing, you know, who you are, what you're passionate about. And it's like now Spirit is encouraging you to really delve into that and express it. So you have earth and air, stabilization, physical integration, mental clearing. But that's what I'm getting. It's like taking something from, the air element or air realm and grounding it on earth, creating a stable foundation for it, building from this place. I also feel like there's an energy here of alignment, you aligning with a new path for yourself, or you being open to a new path and new direction. With mental clearing as well, I feel for some of you, you may have had to work through certain fears. So there were some fears or restrictions, or as I said with Five of Swords, there could have been a previous or prior attempt and things didn't go to plan, or perhaps it wasn't abundant for you and it could have led to, again, like a level of discouragement or feeling uncertain around what you can create or whether you can be successful or not. We have abundance, fullness of source, enough for all, open. Yeah, and it's like Spirit is saying following this path and really bringing it to the world or taking action on it does lead to a lot of abundance for you, because you also have the Nine of Pentacles here. So I do see you building up your financial flow, building up your resources, your level of abundance, feeling very blessed. And I feel like as well, it helps to spark your creativity again. I feel for this group, this is not a group who can live without passion, who can live without, creativity, spirit, inspiration. I feel like for this group, like you need to exist in these higher frequencies and vibrations. And it's like for example, you may struggle with very mundane circumstances, or you may be someone that's just, again, I keep hearing outside the box. There's the saying of God broke the mold with you. There's something very extra. I wanted to say extraordinary, but I heard extraterrestrial. So for some of you, you could resonate with being, very much a starseed, very original, unique. I feel like you have a gift or something that you were here to create, that you incarnated specifically for. And you may even be someone where you don't really buy into societal norms or desires, because for you at a soul level, that wasn't why you incarnated. You may have a very strong sense of purpose, calling, and knowing in terms of what you want to create. We have fairies' orders: rest, replenish, and release guilt. Yeah, I feel like you may have gone through a phase where you had to either let go of this vision or take some time out, because with that Nine of Pentacles, again, I'm hearing slow and steady and not burning yourself out. I also feel like for this group, you're highly sensitive souls. I think many of you are psychic or spiritually gifted, and you may need to kind of take time out to replenish or clear your energy as well and restore. But again, with rest and release guilt, I feel like for some of you, there could have been certain fears, doubts, guilt, if it hasn't worked out previously, that was making it difficult for you to move ahead. You literally have psychic gifts. Wise sage, awareness, call to action. So I do feel like Spirit as well has been encouraging you to move forward or to take action on this vision or on this dream. And with psychic gifts, it could be, again, using your spiritual or psychic or healing gifts to create streams of income and to help others. You have Lemurian seed codes: embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Again, I feel like you live very much in sync with your own divinity. I just feel, and again, that could look very different to people around you, or people may not always understand who you are or what you're doing, because the way you move through the world, you're not navigating it through ego. We have crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. Okay, so again, your connection with source, with spirit, with the divine is so strong. With crown chakra, I do feel like many of you are channels, you are healers. Your crown chakra is very much in sync with divine ideas, and you may be getting a lot of divine downloads from spirit. And again, part of your journey, you may have needed to have time out, or there was like a temporary pause where things weren't moving or they looked like they weren't going to move. But I also feel like it was designed to help you kind of gain greater clarity within and to nurture and honor your inner vision. And I feel like doing that has really helped you when it comes to like your next steps moving forward. I feel as though you're going to feel potentially that things are moving more readily, or there's something about the timing now and your level of alignment that does feel better for you. And it might be, do you know when we try something and it doesn't pan out and then we come back at it a while later and like we've grown as a being, our awareness, our gifts, our confidence, there's something here where it's like you're going to hit your stride this time. And again, for some of you, you may not have attempted previously. It could have just been in the back of your mind, but there were fears that were stopping you from taking action. And it's like now you feel that level of confidence to proceed. We have wonders with the Seven of Cups. I'm hearing as well, keep your mind open, because I feel like there's more than one stream of income, or there's more than one idea that Spirit may be channeling to you that can be very abundant and fruitful for you. Yeah, and you also had stillness with Nine of Pentacles. I feel we have living with grace, and we have a swan, which for me is the epitome of grace. So for some of you, I feel like you're very graceful, or there's something that's, noticeable about the way you navigate life or move through the world. I'm hearing you live from love. You may be someone that lives and is very much in sync with the heart chakra. Again, I don't think you understand like ego. You know how many people live from ego, from pride. I just feel like that may not be your energy at all. And even, when we look at society, there is a level of egoic conditioning. And I just feel like it's like you're here to usher in a new way of living, thinking, and being. We have spiritual awakening, interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings. And I feel like as well, some of you had to go deeper within yourself with your own gifts, or even just your own healing process. And I feel like that's creating changes as well in your physical experience. Yeah, you literally have green Tara, healing light. Wellness unfolding, know that healing is a journey. For some of you, as within, so without, you had to go on your own healing journey, your own spiritual awakening. And it's like once you come out the other side, now you're ready to help others heal. Or it's like you have valuable information that you've gained through the process of healing that you can now share and support others with. Emotional freedom, vulnerability, flowing, rebalancing on top of this rest card. I feel as though some of you may have had to take time out, right, to balance your emotions, your energy, to rest, replenish. And I feel like you've come out of that phase, or you are coming out of that phase. And it's like now there's going to be, even with emotional freedom, I feel like you're going to be feeling more creatively inspired, or there's something about your creative energy and your creative juices that are now flowing that enable you to express yourself more fully. You also have magical realms, belief, confidence, co-creative power. So yeah, I already mentioned, I feel like some of you coming into a newfound sense of confidence with co-create and belief in co-creative power. Again, it's like now you may feel as though your dreams are possible, or you're believing more fully in your gifts and abilities, which are enabling you to bring them to others or to share them in the world. And that's also having a ripple effect in regards to obviously your confidence and what you go after, what you believe is possible. You have searching within. What I see outside myself is simply a mirror of my inner self. Today I empower myself by looking past outer conditions and searching within for the source of a difficulty in my life. My inner wisdom will always help me face life's challenges. It provides my best answers and my greatest healing. As I study myself, I am transformed. Yeah, I feel like that's the journey you've been on. But it's like now that journey is turning external, or you're going to see, the fruits of that growth. Or for some of you, you may be channeling information, sharing information on your spiritual path, whether it be through delivering, spiritual messages, downloads, channels, your psychic abilities. It could be writing a book and sharing knowledge and wisdom and information for others. consciousness. Today I pay attention to every thought and feeling that I manifest. My outer world reflects my inner consciousness. I pour the light of my awareness on my most constructive thoughts so they will grow and produce the experiences I want. Mindful of what I create in this universe, I become an expression of divine light. But that's what I'm getting as well. I feel like the number one message you have or learning is that my outer world reflects my inner consciousness, right? As within, so without, like teaching people or sharing information around, expanding your awareness, how to shift patterns within yourself, or helping to channel or deliver information that helps others see themselves and the world more clearly. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So the new beginning here for you, look at the cards. Like you have the 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. I feel like there's so much. This is the energy of dreams coming true, abundance. There's just a lot of blessings in your life, or it's like you've really upgraded, or I want to say accelerated on your life's journey. And I'm getting the energy as well with 10 of Pentacles of, yeah, it could be a legacy, but a lot of stability, because I feel like your foundation is firm. And when I say foundation, I'm also talking about the foundation you have within yourself, right? Like you feeling really stable within yourself. You knowing who you are, you doing, a level of inner work. There's something about everything coming into alignment. I also feel like with Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, there's an energy here of living your passion or living your dreams, being able to follow your dreams, feeling as though life is supportive of, your greatest aims or your ideals. There's just a sense of a complete leveling up. And what I was hearing with the 6 of Cups is you are completely different to who you once were. You become a completely different person, or there is a feeling or energy here of you really having been reborn or transformed. I feel like life is about to be better than you imagined was possible, because I do feel like this is, breaking past certain barriers you held internally, or, feeling as though there were certain things you felt weren't possible, or not even that. It's like the level or the scope of what you're able and going to receive is beyond what your mind could conceive of. Because with Ace of Wands and 3 of Pentacles, there's something that you may have a talent or gift for, especially in terms of your career, that I see being really lucrative and very abundant for you. But again, it's like you may be seeing like the 9 of Cups, like, yep, this is what I want to do with my life. This is my passion. I can be successful with it. But I feel like the amount of success you're going to receive and the amount of abundance and the effect and legacy it leaves, you may not be conceiving that yet. I feel like this group, you're like a builder, at a soul level. It's like you have like a builder soul where you're able to really set things in motion. You have a strong level of masculine energy, regardless of gender, where you're really able to, focus, be decisive, very determined, and build step by step. You also know how to think about or build for the long term, where it's like you're not getting swept up in short-term energies, or I just heard as well, quick fixes or solutions. It's like you know how to apply your energy in such a way that you can keep going for a long, like your perseverance and stamina is next level. Because for some of you, this may be something that you've been wanting to create, or you've been building for some time. Because I'm seeing like pentacle by pentacle. Yeah, but with Merkaba, I feel like the new beginning here for you is huge acceleration and growth and blessings in all areas of your life, but especially in regards to your dreams, your career, and your abundance. I also feel like you're going to be feeling very passionate with Knight and Ace of Wands. There's a very fiery energy here. You're going to also have the stamina to take action and, again, to persevere with this dream or with, with the next steps that you have. I feel like your sense of self, part of why your foundation is so stable is because I feel like you have a very strong sense of self. You know who you are. And you may have spent some time with that 6 of Cups unraveling yourself from the stories of the past, or who people told you you were, or what you should be and what you should be doing. There's something here where it's like the past can't hold you back. But I'm also hearing in this new beginning, your life is going to look nothing like it did in the past. You know, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your journey, how you feel about what's possible. It's like everything has changed or is changing. Yeah, with Six of Pentacles and Knight of Wands, I feel like you're going to be able as well to maintain balance. Okay, we have Tree of Life. Circle of Life, clear energies channel. Yeah, like coming, I'm hearing pinch yourself. So there's something here where you may have to pinch yourself with either how far you've come or how things have turned around for you. Because for some of you may have had certain challenges or difficulties in the past, and you may not have been expecting your life to turn out this way. And I mean it in the best of ways, in the sense that it may exceed your expectations or exceed your dream. You have Breathe the Sun, Presence, Pioneer Activation, Relax, Let Go. And with this turtle here as well, I'm getting slow and steady wins the race, but I feel like you've had to be incredibly patient with yourself and your path to get here. It's like, had you wanted, you know, like a quick success or quick energy, I don't think you would be as abundant or as successful as you're going to be. There's something here where you've really been patient and you've shown that patience and dedication with what you're doing. Because with that Ten of Pentacles, this is like a long-term goal, dream, or vision that you've built, you know, brick by brick or pentacle by pentacle. And I feel like Spirit as well is also encouraging you or congratulating you for the choices you've made, for the energy that you've embodied and the effect that's going to have. You have Restructure, Identifying, Reframing, Enhancing. I feel like as well, you're not afraid to pivot, and that's part of what will bring you success. And again, you're not pivoting or backpedaling on the original vision or dream. You may just be tweaking or changing like a mindset or an approach to it. You know, if something isn't quite working the way you need, or there's an obstacle with this clear energies, if there's an obstacle in your way, you're not afraid to innovate. And whereas, you know how some people, if there's any blocks or things don't work out, they're like, oh, this dream isn't meant to be. And they often can surrender or give up, even though that may have been a really lucrative and blessed path for them. There's something here where even with setbacks, you don't allow it to throw you out of balance or completely discourage you from what you want to do and create. Okay, we have Mushroom Magic, Communication, Exploring New States of Consciousness, Untapped Potential, with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so with exploring new states of consciousness and untapped potential, I feel as though you are in, because I was getting with that Six of Cups, you're a completely different person. I feel like already you have transformed so much, or you've done a lot of healing and release work when it comes to a past identity, a past path, or who you know you were once known to be. There's some sort of growth here. And with untapped potential though, it's like the degree of your potential you may not be recognizing right now. Like you may even surprise yourself with how well you do. We have Inner Earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. And that's what I was getting as well, like having a solid foundation for yourself, building a foundation, building a legacy. And it's like following that sacred path. And I feel like, again, you've been doing this or you've been on the path for some time, and it's like you're going to see, it's almost like reaching that point where it starts to really start to flow or generate momentum. You have Gaia Gateway Activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. Can you see both these cards? We get really strong earth elements. Some of you could be an earth sign. I'm getting really strong Taurus energy, but it could be Capricorn, Virgo. But I'm just getting in general, like you have that ability to really go the distance, persevere, start with an idea and really build and ground it in the physical world, in the 3D. And I feel like as well, you may be someone that's very grounded or very humble. Like I don't feel, you may not be get caught up in hype, or, you know, you may not be someone that really seeks external validation. So you're kind of, it's like you can be at peace or feel good no matter what is happening, depending on how you feel or what you believe internally. But I feel like your strong connection and focus on intrinsic goals and your internal validation is what helps you go the distance, because you're not doing it for anyone else, and therefore no one else can throw you off your path. You have action with Nine of Cups. And as well, like the biggest part, or a big part of manifesting a dream, a vision, success is taking that action, right? And being consistent with it. Not, I take action for a week and then, I give up, or I'm taking action but nothing's happening, so I'm going to give up. There's something here around like steady, consistent action. You may also be very grounded in the sense that you're great at following a routine or a schedule, and that's almost your superpower when it comes to initiating change in the physical world. Yeah, you have happiness and Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you have no idea how blessed you're going to be in so many ways, but especially in terms of abundance, career, legacy. I just feel like the sense of joy and pride, I don't think pride is the right word, but fulfillment in what you have achieved and who you are and what you have created is going to be overwhelming. We have Joan of Arc, sacred activist, do not be afraid, stand up for your beliefs. I also feel like your courage is what stands out. You're very courageous and you're not afraid to go after what you love or what you're passionate about. And I think that's also helping and supporting you on this journey. And you also have Rumi with mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. With breaking boundaries, you're not afraid to surrender who you once were. There's a sense, in order to attract greater levels of wealth or success or experience, you have to constantly shed a past version of yourself, right? To elevate to a higher level of consciousness, to be able to attract that in. And I feel for you, you're not afraid to let go of, beliefs, mindsets, people, past limits, past conditioning. You're willing to surrender that and go into the unknown when you feel called. I also feel like you have a very close connection with your own soul and you're able to follow that guidance step by step. Okay, we have higher perspective, the cosmos awakening unity. I feel like what you create and do may also benefit other people with unity there. I'm getting that sense that it could be, something that you're birthing in the collective consciousness or something that you create that really helps and benefits others. And then it's like they want to support you in what you're doing as well because of that effect. You also had here Master number 11. We have 2911, manifestation, prosperity, fortune, pure intentions. So you have this with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, I see you being very blessed, very fortunate. I know it said prosperity, fortune, but I almost said prosperity, fortune, and fame. So for some of you, there could be a level of recognition here as well. Okay, you have discovering. Today, I release my old beliefs, convictions, and preconceived notions. In their place, I seek new ideas, innovation, and endless possibilities. I am adaptable. I'm able to see beyond my previous limitations and discover greater worlds inside me. That perfectly expresses what I was just trying to say. I feel like you're not afraid to pivot. You're not afraid as well to shed old beliefs, limiting, notions, ideas that don't work. It's like you won't give up completely. You'll find a new way to do it, or you'll find like a new idea or element of what you're doing, a new approach that enables you to gain success. And that's what I feel like. You're someone that's very resilient and you're not easily discouraged. And I feel like some of that resilience could have been forged or developed through difficulties in the past, right? Or past experiences that were very difficult and challenging for you. But I feel like you've been able to turn them into gold and utilize them in a way that they really support you in terms of, your future potential. I also feel like with discovering and that Joan of Arc card, there's a lot of courage here. Like you don't get spooked or scared of stepping outside your comfort zone or the unknown the way others do. We have live for love. Today I put love into everything I do. It is love that gives life to all things, and I open my heart to this great power. I act gently and speak with kindness. I fill each thought with love and light. I love God and all beings everywhere. I live for love. I love myself. But what I'm getting with this card as well, no matter how successful or abundant you become, there's such a level of humility here, right? It's like you don't buy into the hype. You don't change who you are at the core, irrespective of how much you receive. I feel like as well, you may be someone that's highly charitable, or you love to give, you love to share with others, you love to kind of spread that wealth, spread that love and the resources. So there's something here about, people can be successful and have a level of fame, but they're not necessarily known or respected for their character on a personal level. There's something here where people will really see and respect you for who you are, for the quality of person you are, how you treat others, how you show up, the beauty and the love and grace in which you connect with others. That's what you'll be remembered for as well. But there's something here where you're just creating, I'm hearing you're a force of nature and you're able to kind of leave a really beautiful and lasting effect on the lives of others. But just in your own life, I feel like you're going to be remembered as someone who was great. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 4. So the new beginning here for you, there's going to be a sense of alignment or you coming into alignment with your highest path, with your guidance. There's something here around feeling as though life now is moving with you or working with you, or with grace as well. I'm getting that energy of coming out of a period of, how would I say, like challenge, like karmic challenge, restriction, feeling a little bit uncertain, even maybe feeling a sense of not being sure where you fit in life or what's next for you or how things are going to come together, because they're showing me like pieces of a puzzle fitting together. So it could be a sense like now you're seeing, okay, this is what I need to do, or this is where I'm going. I feel like with Page of Swords and Queen of Swords, this new beginning as well could involve like you're learning something new or you're studying, or, and again, it doesn't have to be formal study. It could be like internally, like spiritual study, or you could be taking a course or workshop. There's something here where you're expanding your mind. I also feel like you're going to be getting a lot of downloads from spirit that are also helping you. But it could be as well, like for some of you where this is resonating as like spiritual study or divine study, you may be opening up or remembering and learning aspects of yourself at a soul level, right? So this could be the form of like past life memories, certain gifts that are re-emerging and coming to the surface that you're feeling more confident in expressing. Even finding your community for some of you as well. Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of expansion on a mental level, and it's like your mind is really being, I just heard broken open in a good way, right? Where it's like you may be learning information or you may study something or take a course in something that completely changes the course of your life, right? It's like someone that does a workshop or course and then starts a business from that and is very successful. Or it's someone that has an epiphany, has an idea, and it sets them on a new path. There with the Emperor and the Magician, it's like you're going to know how to direct your own journey or how to move ahead, how to go forward, and what you should be doing. And when I say should, I mean everyone has free will, but should in the sense of it's the highest path for you. Yeah, if you have been in confusion, or if you're in a phase of your life where it felt like there were no ideas coming through, or there was a lack of support from spirit, from your own soul, from, a wider community, I feel like that phase is ending. I feel like some of you have already, because with grace I'm getting, it's like that grace after certain karmic challenges. I also feel for some of you, you have a life lesson with the Emperor of either a life lesson or a theme around being a leader. There's things here around empowerment, claiming your power, directing your own path, really being autonomous in the decisions that you're making. Doing things that feel right for you, that serve you, not kind of, falling prey or victim to other people's influence. I also feel like the choices you're making are going to be really beneficial for you in the coming years. This could be a year as well for you where it's almost like, those years where you're setting things up, you're setting things in motion, and then you're going to build on it. With the Sun and the Six of Wands, it's like you may be at this magician stage, basically, and then you're going to build from there. And right now, at the point you listen to this reading, you could be exploring, what brings you joy, what you're passionate about, what direction you want to move. And I feel like that's also helping to guide your path. And with Judgment, you had guidance. Inner compass, support, trust your guidance. Yeah, so again, I feel like things may have been quiet previously, or you weren't sure where to go or what to do. It's almost like you may have either not been able to hear that inner guidance and that call, or it's like there was a lack of clarity here. And I feel like now things are really obvious to you. Things are like you're knowing how to move ahead, what to do, what action to take. There's just some sort of instinct that's really kicking in. But I also feel like your abilities when it comes to like clairvoyance, clairaudience, you may be literally hearing spirit more clearly. We have Crown, right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment. Yeah, with Page of Swords again, it's like breaking through with go beyond attachments, breaking through certain mental attachments or a formal way of living or being. But with Crown chakra energy, again, I feel like you may be receiving information or learning or expanding your mind that is changing your path drastically in a really positive direction. You also may be seeing like repeating fives, 555, or repeating nines, 999. But yeah, it's like the more we expand our mind, our knowledge, even our knowledge of self, the more it serves us when it comes to proceeding on our path. And I feel for some of you, it's like you've been able to shed certain energy or you've let go of certain energies that now open you up to a new direction. We have expansion, galactivations, initiation, ancient Egypt. Yeah, definite huge energies here of expansion, but especially expanding the mind with that Queen of Swords there. I feel like you may be envisioning a new life for yourself as well, or some of the downloads and information that you're receiving from Spirit is helping you to consider either new pathways or a pathway that is better aligned to you and for you. I also feel like some of this information may be coming up inside of you because I kept getting like past life memories, also some spiritual study here, something where you're able to see or understand yourself more clearly because of this information, which is then helping you navigate your path and determine what you want for yourself moving forward. Okay, you have Heal the Healer, Soul's Truth, Atlantis, Emerald Tablets. Yeah, and it's funny you've got that death card, which is rebirth. So I do feel like there's a spiritual awakening here, or there's a real rebirth when it comes to your life. I feel like some of you could be learning or studying, certain healing modalities or certain healing gifts or abilities that you have within yourself, or even just your soul's, essence. You may be really interested in, this could be in the form of, say, past life regression or having spontaneous memories of certain past experiences. There's a really strong connection here to ancient Egypt and ancient Atlantis. But I feel like for some of you, it's like you are an old soul, but your memory of your soul's path and the past is increasing for you as well. There's certain truths or certain gifts and abilities that are coming online now. We have Halls of Learning, Spirit Guides, Confirmation, Great Lessons. Again, I keep getting this theme for you of study, learning, expanding, because I feel like as well it's ushering in a lot more joy for you. Joy and a sense of completion, but I also feel like there's certain, whether it's something you're learning or something that you're remembering within yourself, it's forging a new path for you, or it's going to lead you on a new path. Okay, you have the Divine Matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences with the Magician. So yeah, there may be a lot of synchronicities on this path as well, or there's going to be a lot of signs that you are in alignment. And I feel like this year in general, you're going to be feeling very aligned with your own soul, with your spirit guides, with the divine. You have openness with the sun. Definitely keep your mind open and expanded, because that's what I think you're doing, right? Is really expanding your awareness, your consciousness, being open to new things or learning new things, even about yourself. Because I feel for some of you may be discovering things about yourself in your own soul you didn't know, or you may be uncovering aspects of yourself that were veiled. I feel like for some of you, you have gifts or spiritual knowledge that you weren't fully aware of that's coming to the surface. Yeah, you literally have new beginnings with Six of Wands. And I feel like taking a new path or being open to this new path, new direction, new phase of learning and expansion will lead you to success. But I feel like it could be a little further down the line, because I feel like right now you may be very much in this learning phase and cycle. You have Lady Portia, overcoming limitations, karmic release, let go of the need to be right. Yeah, I feel like you may have let go of certain karmic energies or patterns, which is freeing you from a past cycle or past experience and opening the door to something new. With let go of the need to be right, again, it comes back to having a really open mind, right? Not being, kind of set in your ways of thinking or an idea or thought pattern or belief system. I really feel like there's something this year that there's going to be like synchronicities or spiritual experiences that I'm going to say, I heard blow your mind. So you could be having a lot of really unusual, in a good way, spiritual experiences, or it's like it opens you up to a new level of belief in spirit, in terms of your spiritual journey and path. Okay, we have Melchizedek with divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Again, very strong energy of like learning lessons, study, but again, it could be spiritual study with this divine knowledge, or it could be like studying certain healing modalities and really exploring certain gifts that you have as well. But I feel like it's like in 2026, nothing is hidden from you. Any information you want, especially at a soul level, is available to you and for you, and you're able to really kind of bring it to the surface or act on it in a way you perhaps weren't previously. It's going to feel like your mind or your consciousness is more malleable, or it's like you're able to get to the unconscious mind more freely and, reprogram it, understand it more so than you have in the past. You have solar portal, being centered, balancing power, manipulation. I already said, I feel like in this incarnation, there's themes for you around leadership and empowerment, but I also feel like there could be themes stemming from a past life of right use of power. Some of you could have a fear or reluctance to be seen or to be powerful because of something that has happened in a past life, but I feel like now you're learning, or part of this incarnation is learning how to be empowered and be in a place of knowing and knowledge and use it in a way that's healthy and balanced, right? Like still claiming your power whilst also, remaining balanced in your connections with others. You also have galactic guidance, star family, assistance, cooperation. You could also be calling in soul family, or you may meet certain people or a certain connection, and it's someone from a past life, and it's almost like that meeting triggers something within you, right? Serves as a catalyst or helps you bring or resolve certain energy within you or within your soul that has laid dormant or hasn't been fully resolved from a past life. But there's something here again, it's like really, again, you're reclaiming your power, your voice, your knowing when it comes to directing your own path and forging your own path, but you're doing it in a way that's still very balanced and healing and loving. I also feel like you're attracting or aligning with the right people, the right circumstances that, add value to your life. There's reciprocity here. They're on your level. It's almost like meeting people who speak your language at a soul level. Okay, you have I welcome. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today I take each step on my path to fulfillment with good faith. I swim easily with the flow of life. I embrace all experiences the universe bestows on me, even those that may prove challenging. I know all will fall into place for my greater good. With I welcome, there's this ongoing emphasis on keeping your mind open, right? Welcoming new experience, not being set in limitations of the past or an old way of being. There's something here where it's like an old version of you, or even like a mindset you once had, right? A belief system is being broken open, and I feel like that's changing your life in really beautiful ways, and that's opening you up to new experiences and new I want to say a brand new path, because I feel like for some of you in 2026, part of this study that you're doing, both internally and maybe for some of you it's even formal study or a course or training, there's something here where it's setting you on a new path that is really aligned with your destiny and your fate. And it's like understanding, because there's going to be so many synchronicities, you're going to feel the divine hand at play in your life. Okay, I am light. Today the light is within me, the light surrounds me, the light protects me. I remain light-filled and joyful regardless of what circumstances arise. I am a diamond shining forth in all my splendor. I am worthy of the divine within me. And with both these cards and the depiction, can you see this stairway? This path? And that's what I'm getting for you. There's some sort of like golden or spiritually aligned path that you're fully, embarking upon, or it's like the divine is kind of giving you clues, signs, information that is going to really help you when it comes to, taking aligned action or making sure that your external reality or how you're living is fully in sync and mirrors who you are at a soul level. And for some of you, I feel like you are getting to know your soul more deeply, or there's aspects of whether it be past lives or certain talents or gifts you have that you're exploring, even hidden knowledge that is helping you to step onto this path. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.